Hey everybody, Lee Livesay here with 6 Sense Fishing. Pretty simple here. We're just talking about some of my favorite baits. On the website 6sensefishing.com, you're gonna see the Lee Livesay collection page. These are just some of my favorite baits, not time sensitive, just some of my favorite baits that I use year round. We'll just start off right here with the pressure series. It's the PD4 pressure crank. Just a little, you know, call it a 2 to 6 foot diver, flat side, silent. Y'all saw me throwing this at the Classic this year. I got 5th at the Classic this year, and I threw this PD4 a lot of bites. I love throwing it, you know, pre-spawn, pressured fish, cold water. Love it on rocky lakes, you know, little pea gravel banks like that, but it's great over Hydrilla in East Texas. It's great pond fishing, lake fishing. You can catch fish year round with this. You can catch white bass, crappie, everything. Obviously big largemouth. It's the PD4 from the pressure series. It's just a crankbait I always have tied on. Everywhere I go, I have tons of great color schemes. You know, from crawfish to shad to brim, everything in between. I catch them from Florida to Texas to New York on the PD4. Anytime it's tough and I need to get a bite, man, I'll pick up the PD4 and just go cruising down the bank. You'll get a bite, whether it's a 1 pounder or 10 pounder, you never know. Really love that crankbait. I have it tied on year round. Then just a standard, just a 6 Sense hybrid jig. That's it right there. Great flat bottom right there when I'm fishing offshore. Like y'all saw me win with this bait on Lake Fork a couple years ago in an Elite Series event. I can do anything and everything with this bait. You know, whether I'm skipping docks with a 3/8 ounce or fishing offshore 25 foot of water with a 3/4 ounce like this. Great color schemes, man. I love green pumpkins, crawl, brim colors. But you know, I can take this jig, skip a bush, you know, swim it in grass and throw it offshore at the same time. Just the hybrid jig from 6 Sense. It's a standard, great big hook that won't flex. Great bait keeper right there. It's just a bait that I always have tied on, whether I'm imitating crawfish, brim, or shad, depending on the time of year. It's a 6 Sense hybrid jig. I always have it tied on for some application. Then one of my favorite things to do, you know, especially in the summertime, is deep crank. It's a 6 Sense Crush 300 DD. Y'all saw at Lake Fork in 2022. I caught a ton of big bass on that bait right there. Love deep cranking, whether it's out in timber, shell bars, shallow, or just offshore on hard spots. 300 DD, deep cranking, you can't beat it. We have the 300, the 400, and the 500 DD. The 400 is not out yet, but look for it. That whole lineup of Crush DDs is awesome, but my favorite's that 300 DD. You can just do all kinds of things with it. And then my favorite thing to do, topwater, man. The 6 Sense catwalk right there. You see it in the collection. That's it right there. I actually just made a top 5. Got 4th at Lake Murray a few weeks ago in South Carolina. I was throwing that 6 Sense catwalk, this exact color right here actually. Great paint schemes on them, whatever color you're doing, you know, whether you're throwing shad, brim, or anything imitator. It's just a great walking topwater. Has that V bottom, super easy to walk. You can make long casts with it. Catches all kinds of fish, you know, whether you're, you know, catching striper or largemouth with it. Great components, they don't tear up, great hooks. It's a 6 Sense catwalk. And one last little bonus thing, since we're talking about the catwalk, I'm here at Lake Fork right now. The 6 Sense Magnum catwalk. It's just a 6.5 inch walking topwater, weighs 1.5 ounces. You can throw this thing a mile. You know, whether you're at Lake Fork here catching great big school and largemouth, or on Lake Murray where it's talked about, where you need that added weight and size to throw for schoolers. It's just the bigger, bulkier catwalk. It's a great bait to get a really big bite. It's a 6 Sense Magnum catwalk. That's my collection. It's easy, you know, a little bit of everything from shallow to deep, top, and everywhere in between. That's the Lee Livesay collection. Check it out on 6sensefishing.com.